What's up guys, I'm Olivia.
And I'm Kyle.
And we're driving and vibing.
Today we're meeting up with Shane and Audrey. They are full-time RVers who make their money by being professional musicians with a recording studio in the camper. So we're gonna learn how they do that and tour their studio, so stick around.
Welcome back to our channel, everyone. Thank you guys so much for joining us today, and we are super excited to be hanging out with Shane and Audrey here, and we just got to their rig. And welcome, guys.
Thank you. We're excited to be on your channel.
Yeah, so can you tell us a little bit about what you travel in and how long you've been traveling?
Yeah, so we travel in a Jayco J Flight 34 FKDS, so many numbers and letters. It's 38 feet. We're newbies, so you can tell. We pull it with our Ford F350. It has 1 bedroom, 1 bath, and this cool living room area, and we've been at it for 9 months almost.
Awesome. Yeah, and there's 2 doors on this trailer, which you don't see very often. And I guess the back door leads to your studio area?
And bedroom.
Yeah, very cool. Do you mind if we go back and take a look at your studio and you can just kind of tell us all about it and how you work from the road?
Yeah, let's check it out. That meant that I could sit at home in my pajamas and sing a song that someone needed vocals for, send it to them in Germany, China, sometimes all over the world, right from my home, and get paid. And I was like, so I started investing in equipment, and it took some time and definitely some money. It's not cheap, but you make it back after a while, and now this is like the perfect complement to our RV life. And Shane has been nice enough to let me transform our entire room into a studio, so even sometimes when he's trying to go to sleep I'll be editing, but we may need to invest in some iMacs, or we're still working it out. But
no, yeah. It seems awesome, and it seems like a great gig to work from the road, and these guys have actually told us a lot about this and how we could maybe utilize this too while we're on the road. So we have learned so much from these guys. So what platform do you use to try to find these jobs doing session singing?
So I was lucky enough to find out how I found out about session singing was through a site called AirGigs, and it's airgigs.com, and there are there are a few other sites out there, but this one was just amazing. The percentage they take out is very nominal. Their protections for the buyer and seller is great, so you never don't get paid for your work. I could do this on my own, and I've had people contact me through my website to ask about me doing session vocals, and I always send them through that site because it's just safer.
So you were kind of doing this, you had a studio in your closet in your apartment. Was it easy to transition this over to the RV lifestyle?
At first I wasn't sure, and that was the biggest scary thing for me when we got an RV was, oh my god, my music studio, because at the time I was in a huge space. It was a 2-story garage that was converted into a living / music space, and so I had a huge room dedicated to just my music, and I was looking at our RV like, where am I gonna sing? I know I had done a closet before, but I just fell in love with all the space I had. And so at first it was a struggle for sure to figure it out. I was in the from me. I was in the living room, I was at the dining room table, I was over here, I was over there, and then finally this little nook back here presented itself to us after a lot of going back and forth and some frustrations, but I feel like I finally found the perfect space, and then yes, it was a wonderful transition.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, would you mind kind of telling us what some of the equipment you have is and how it works?
Yeah, sure. So this is the station that I work at, and I can either stand up and sing, or if I'm doing editing, I can just sit down real quick, take a break while I work on the vocals, and then stand right back up. And it's a desk that goes up and down, and the monitor goes up and down too. And then this is my microphone. I love it so much. It was like $300. It was on the cheaper side of the really expensive mics. But basically I went into Guitar Center and I set all the mics in my budget up in a row and I sang through them, and without even knowing their brands I just picked the one that I love the most, and I've been so happy with it. And then cables are really important too. I had no idea. This cable was like $70. It's a Megami Gold, and it just helps bring that beautiful signal through your voice to the mic, through the cable, and to this beautiful piece of equipment, which is the USB Pre 2. I can't really pick it up. But this is what converts it from analog to a digital signal so that you can manipulate it in your recording software. So basically this was $900 and it sounds like a lot, but I started out with a cheaper one before and it just could not handle vocals. It couldn't pick up my lows, it distorted on the highs, it sounded like there was a blanket over my mic. So as soon as I upgraded this, then my whole world changed. I could start hitting those higher notes and getting that money on air gigs and having happy customers. So USB Pre 2, it's an analog to digital converter, very important piece of the puzzle. The next piece of equipment you'll want is studio monitors, headphones. These guys, oh my gosh, you have to invest in some good ones so you can hear all the little tidbits, and sometimes even if there's like, you know, you accidentally smack your lips in a recording or something, you can hear everything, so it helps you cut it out or redo it. So studio headphones, and then soundproofing. I got this at Guitar Center and it was pretty pricey when I bought it there. I was new to studio work, I had no idea what I was doing. I wouldn't recommend buying it there because it's so expensive. You can find this stuff online for cheap, or like on Craigslist or other, you know, Facebook marketplace type of sites for much cheaper. But I've been really happy with it. I've had it for 5 years I've been recording now, and you can cut it. So I've just started cutting it into pieces so I can put it around me. Other than that, all I need is a powerful enough computer to make it all happen, and then I have my Adobe Audition software is what I use to edit my vocals. So I sing, I edit it, I turn it into a WAV file, and I send it off to my clients.
All right, so Shane, from what I understand is you operate a lot of the business end. Can you kind of talk about that process that you do?
I'm kind of behind the scenes coaching her through her business. She's not that she needs coaching, but it always helps to have another person involved. And I'm very particular. I help to organize all of her thoughts.
To focus me. I'm what they call like a chandelier, where you have a lot of different lights shining for a lot of different things. I'm very multi-passionate. And a lot of times that can sidetrack me when I have goals that I'm trying to achieve. So he turns me into a flashlight. And I get to focus on exactly what I need to get done.
Very cool. You got a YouTube channel for Audrey Music, and the videos are amazing. Do you do the shooting and editing together, or like what is that?
Yeah,
so I guess I do some things. So yeah, when we go out, I'm carrying all the equipment, I'm doing all the hikes with her, setting up all the shots, doing all the videos, taking all the pictures, doing all the drone work, and then she kind of gets to work on the video editing and puts it all together into an awesome video.
Yeah, and that's what's cool about RV life now is our scenery has gotten so much cooler. So now instead of sitting in my studio and singing songs, which I still do, we record our travels now and turn them into travel music videos.
Well, sweet. And you were telling me that you work from an office in the front. Can you show us that, where your workspace is?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Sweet.
I really needed a space that would work for me, you know, comfortably, and there wasn't like a desk space or a place I could put a whole computer chair area kind of thing. So what I did was I took the reclining chair that came with the rig, and then I took my old cutting board, and then I got a wireless mouse and a wireless keyboard, and then I just put my computer behind the space, behind this our TV that opens up, and it has a big storage area back there. So I just put my computer back there, plugged it into the TV, went wireless, and now I can, you know, have margaritas and do web development at the same time or play a video game. It's pretty awesome. You know, doing web development work, PC gaming on the go and everything, I've got to have really good internet. We just go around, you know, the United States on our travels, and wherever we go, I just make sure that I look up the coverage map to make sure I have good coverage there before we get there. And our phones will hotspot, you know, 20 to 50 megabits per second download speeds. I can do all my work, and if I wanted to play a video game, I could do that too.
So thank you guys so much for giving us a tour of your home and just kind of sharing the story of your life and how you transitioned to full-time RVing with us. And I was curious if you had any tips for anyone out there who is thinking about transitioning to RV lifestyle and maybe have a passion for music as well, and what would you say to them?
Yeah, I would say that this lifestyle is perfect for musicians, and I had no idea. Not only the cost, our bills got cut by, I want to say like 70%.
2/3.
It got cut by a lot, so that's more music equipment. And then also just spreading your message. When we were boondocking in Quartzsite, I got this little sign and I said, live music tonight at 6, and like 45 people showed up, and there were cars parked everywhere. I handed out my business card, people got on my mailing list. More important, just making those connections and getting your message out there, and you're in a new spot every couple of weeks, so I think it's perfect.
I kind of try to live by these 3 core things. So number 1 is you have to make a decision in your heart, in your soul, in your mind. That choice has to be concrete. I am going to do this. I want to do this, therefore I will. Number 2 is believe. You have to believe that it's even possible or that you're worthy of receiving the benefit of such a lifestyle. The third thing you have to do is simply take little steps along the way in the direction of your focus of whatever that is. And as long as you're doing your best in every moment of every day, the universe or God or whatever will bring to you every opportunity, every person, every place, and everything that you'll need to get to that next level. So that's what I would recommend.
Yeah, like Nomad Fest for us.
That's great advice, and thank you guys for sharing that. And I think that's very similar to kind of our journey when we were preparing to hit the road. It just took making that decision really, and then pushing forward and taking those little steps to get there and reaching those small goals along the way. And so it's really awesome to be a part of this community now, and I know in our experience people definitely love and appreciate music. So many talented people out here. We've ran into all sorts of artists and musicians on the road and had the opportunity to jam with you guys and just really hang out and get to know people and connect on this deeper level, and that's pretty awesome. But if anyone would like to connect with you and your music, where can they look for that?
So audreymusic.com is the hub for everything, and if you want to go on YouTube, you can type in Audrey Callahan, and I'm on Instagram, Twitter, all the things.
All the things.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Go check these guys out, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.